Chris Wilkinson. Chris is the program consultant for DriverCheck. Chris started his career in the fitness for duty industry by managing the US DOT Transportation Company's alcohol and drug testing programs. With over 5 years of US DOT program management experience, Chris has expanded his clientele list to include companies in the aviation sector, manufacturing, Canadian transportation, and other various safety-sensitive industries. Chris has a business diploma from Hubbard and is currently working towards his human resources certificate at Conestoga College with the end goal of obtaining his CHRP designation. Chris joined DriverCheck in December 2016 as a key component of an acquisition and made an immediate impact as a member of the team. Chris,
here you go. So legalization of marijuana still looks like it's going through. I'm excited for that. Each province is tasked with essentially finding a way to distribute and manage legalization of marijuana. Ontario has the what is it called? No, they're not doing that. I thought it was going to be the CCBO, but it's called the CB. I forget what it's called. It's a 3-letter acronym that they're using, but and they're going to open up 12 shops in Ontario. It looks like it should be coming out August 1st now is the date. So marijuana is going to be legal for everybody to get a hold of after a certain age. I stood up for just that, by the way.
You've been sitting for so long, I see you need to start. Looking from a workplace perspective, though, how can employers properly prepare themselves for cannabis?
Okay, so we'll talk about policy modifications. So one thing you might want to look at is possession on property, on premise. So a lot of companies' policies will say that you're not allowed to possess alcohol for trucking companies in the cab, obviously. But what happens if they're just at the shop or if they're in the locker room and it's a Thursday before a long weekend and somebody knows they're going away for the long weekend and they just happen to hit the cannabis shop before they went to work to save themselves time, they may bring marijuana into the office. So you want to look at updating your policy for possession of legal cannabis. And the wording is cannabis, not marijuana, because cannabis includes cannabis oils. So that's the first policy change you want to look at. Okay. For legalization, if you're US regulated, so we'll make everybody work here. Who's a US regulated trucking company? Okay. So the US government does not accept medical cannabis or legal cannabis or any kind of cannabis. So education for your truck drivers that they cannot consume any form of cannabis and be a truck driver, because if they're pulled for random or post-incident and test positive, even though it's not impairment at the time, the US program is a program of compliance. And if they're non-compliant with the US regulations, they have to go through the return to work program. They have to. Even if they did it on the weekend with a buddy, they were camping, it doesn't matter. So they have to make, I said it before, smart life choices. Understand the role that you're taking on, understand the program you're involved in, and understand the consequences of your actions if you make a poor choice too.
Okay, so take that over to the non.
Okay, so who here has a non-DOT regulated pool? Okay, and for those same people who lifted their hands, is your pool, your non-regulated pool, is it mirrored to a US program? For some people I'm seeing that. Okay, no. So if you have a non-regulated pool and you're managing that on your own, you have a choice. You can follow the US regulations. You can do urine testing. You can use the court cases that are in place to defend your decision to have this program. So you can just have a mirrored program to the DOT, even without having a DOT pool, okay? And then the same thing would happen is if you educate your drivers, if there's a violation to the policy, then you have to follow a company policy for each person. Even if you like one person more than the other, you know that person's better, this person only smokes with his buddies on the weekend, a policy violation is a policy violation, okay? And then for any company that's DOT and non-DOT pool, you've already mirrored the program to the US. So because you've already done that, you have the right to, you just follow the same standards.